Today on Cutler's Court.
To make matters worse, not only do you come back with a brand new car, then he says, these are my keys, do not touch my keys.
Okay, wait, she not allowed to drive this car?
Yeah, may I object?
I made the decision that I was not going to waste my time cooking and cleaning.
Instead of living a life like this, you all are living a life that's going this way.
I said, I'm gonna get answers one way or another.
That doesn't sit well with you to travel?
Not at all.
We'll find out today if this marriage can be saved. This is Cutler's Court. Mia Cowan says she's living her best life since overcoming major health issues, but feels her newfound confidence is making her husband insecure and jealous. She hopes the judges can offer advice on how to save their 10-year marriage. Adam Cohen believes Mia has neglected her role as a wife. He says they used to work as a team, but she's no longer contributing to the household duties like she once was. She needs to understand there's no I in team.
Ms. Cowan, you are here because your marriage has got some issues and you want us to help you work them out.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Tell us what's going on.
So I met my husband almost 21 years ago. My husband was definitely a ladies' man in high school. And I didn't like him at first. He was a music major, and so I thought that his door didn't quite swing my way. If you
Objection.
catch my drift.
Oh.
I got you. I heard.
Okay.
I got you.
I'm like, I don't know
Because
what
he
that
was
means.
such a pretty guy. He was very metrosexual. He was like very well put together all the time. And he didn't try anything when we went on prom with each other, so I just assumed. But we dated briefly in high school, and then he went off to college. We met up after high school, and we tried to date once. It just didn't go where we wanted it to go.
Okay.
All right.
So it was stop, start, stop, start.
Yeah.
Okay.
We kind of had a little bit of a friendship relationship. When we decided to do marriage, it was after 9 years of not talking to each other at all.
Okay.
Did you
And
keep up in any way?
we did. We kept in touch with each other. We even went on 8 dates that turned into 8 nights.
Okay.
And then we decided to get married after being rekindled with one another after roughly about 7 or 8 days.
What kind of,
So-
them some real dates there.
Okay. Well, she
Woo-hoo.
said he was a ladies' man, so he must know what he's doing and know how to do
Clearly.
it.
All right.
Mr. Cohen?
Yes.
Yes.
The first point of reference I want to object to is she wasn't used to dealing with Prince Pretty. So when I was in high school, I just made sure I maintained. I wouldn't say I was metro, I was just polished because that's how I was taught to maintain myself and represent the family.
Okay. So beside that, everything's on point. You agree
Well-
with everything she said?
Yeah, I agree with that. We didn't really like each other in high school. Her face card didn't decline. She was cute. So I said, you know what? Pretty enough to go on prom. The pictures won't fade over time. Let's go ahead and go on the prom.
Well, hey, that's on the list.
He is so shallow.
So let me just make sure I got this.
You heard it.
This is
rich.
Right. You were like, face card is excellent. These pictures are gonna be on point.
Absolutely.
And will not fade over time.
It will not fade. Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. So it sounds like y'all got out to a good start. I mean,
But they didn't like each other because they both said they didn't like each other.
when I say a good start, I mean on again, off again, on again, off again, then like not any contact, and then they got back together and figured, okay, and we got married.
Okay, so you figured out that you did like him at some point.
So the adult him was confident. He was very sure of himself.
I see that.
He came in very, assertive, and this is, what I want, and this is what we're doing.
Right.
And as a person who is very headstrong, I'm definitely very A-type personality. So it was refreshing to have someone to come in and boss the boss around. It was very nice.
But I think I'm starting to see kind of where
things took a shift.
Yeah.
Both my husband and I gained weight heavily throughout our marriage because we would have grown-up activities, and then we would go out at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, eat like tacos and gyros, and then we would come back home and do it all over again. And so we just gained a lot of weight throughout our marriage, which made me very ill. The things that I was eating, not really taking care of myself, and that sent me into a depression.
Okay.
And my husband although he is a phenomenal person who was the total package, he was not supportive during that time. And I needed and required a lot from him as far as like emotional and communicational support. He was not a communicator. He never has been a communicator. His biggest thing is, I do not emote. That's his response.
Hold on,
Yes.
let me ask you about that. So there's a difference between not emoting and not communicating. Mr. Cutler is not,
Overly emotive.
okay, that's what we're gonna call it. But he's a communicator. So when your bride is saying, I don't emote, that sounds to me like code for, I don't wanna talk about it. So what's going on with that?
When we first got married, I was just used to being and doing and not consulting with anyone. So I would just do stuff and come back. And she'd be like, you don't consider me, you don't love me, I'm not a person. And so then when
That was the voice he used.
That was something. Okay, go ahead.
That was a nagging voice.
So
Yeah.
when I started to, try to incorporate or communicate, she'd be like, well, you lead. And I'm like, we're together. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. No, you just figure out something to do it. Well, when I did that, you didn't like it.
However, when you're talking about purchasing cars and large ticket items that require our savings account, or you're going out and spending money without consulting with me, and we're supposed to be doing things jointly, that to me is cause for or grounds for a communication.
Okay, I'll consult you to an extent, but if you just want me to lead and do, then I'll lead and do. And it's always gonna be beneficial to the family. It's not just because I wanna go buy a yacht. If I bought, like, for example, the purchase of the large ticket item was the vehicle, and it was because between our schedules, I was all over the city at the time because I worked multiple jobs, and I was like, waiting on her was delaying me for my next appointment. Now, I enjoyed being together, but it was delaying me for other things.
Are you at the dealership
Yes.
or are you driving to the
No,
dealership?
I'm
Have
at
you
the
signed the papers at the time you called her?
I'm at the dealership about to sign papers.
So that he's gone through, he done fought with the loan, he done a whole lot, and it's like, oh shoot, I gotta call her. Isn't that what it really was?
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
See, I
yeah.
saw it.
Wait,
this
I can't
way.
go home with this car without at least got a call. Okay, hold on. Give me a minute. And you, hey, is that kind of how it looked?
So what he called me for was to come and pick up the other car.
Yeah, I can't drive two cars.
I sent him to Home Depot to pick up a lock. He came back from Home Depot with a brand new Mercedes-Benz truck.
Wow.
When he called me, he said, hey, mind you, I am at home. I am being someone's mother. I am cooking 3 square meals a day, trying to keep our house clean, which my husband does not assist with at all. And then to make matters worse, not only do you come back with a brand new car and call me after you've already made this large ticket item decision, then he says, these are my keys, do not touch my keys.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, wait, she not allowed to drive this car?
Yeah. May I object and enter my point of view? Now, every vehicle that Mrs. Cohen has driven, she has either totaled and or been in an accident in. Every vehicle. Am I lying about it, Mrs. Cohen?
You are.
Oh, not. Don't lie in front of the judges, ma'am.
Up next,
I made the decision that I was not going to waste my time cooking and cleaning.
So you went on strike?
Oh, absolutely. I've been on strike for a little over a year.
All the leisurely travel without me, pump the brakes.
I am cooking 3 square meals a day, trying to keep our house clean, which my husband does not assist with at all. And then to make matters worse, not only do you come back with a brand new car, then he says, these are my keys, do not touch my keys.
Okay, wait.
So my husband and I differ in many ways. As well put together as he is, he gets dressed out of a clothes salad. I do not believe in clothes salad. I like my clothes to be hung because I spend a lot of money on my clothes. And my wardrobe is how people view you. That's how people see you. So both of us agree on that we need to be well put together. Our children need to be well put together. However, how the well put together looks at home is something 1,000% different.
And what I remember reading from the court papers is that's your job.
Yes.
That's your job to keep this house right.
Yes.
These are things that happened a little while ago. Since then, things have changed tremendously.
Your Honor.
Okay, have things changed tremendously?
Things have changed tremendously, but not by my husband's movements. Things have only changed because my husband's feelings have changed and my feelings towards cleaning have changed.
Okay.
And how have they changed?
So last year I got very ill. I made the decision that I was not going to waste my time cooking and cleaning for people that were not respectful of the things that I have provided.
So you went on strike?
Oh, absolutely. I've been on strike for a little over a year.
For over a year. All right. How does that sit with you?
I mean, on strike for just about 2 years, but I wasn't upset about the cooking portion because I can cook. Okay, fine. But the cleaning portion, like we have 4 children, so they all can pick up a mop and a broom because they eat 3 square meals, maybe sometimes 10, and they can all get to work.
Let me get this straight. One way or the other, these kids are not helping.
Correct.
Are you like, okay, if you live here, you got to work here?
I absolutely say that constantly. Now, I don't want the court to be under the impression that I don't work a job.
Okay.
I was an entrepreneur for 17 years. I own 5 businesses independently. So even though I wasn't cleaning, and my husband can say that this is true, I hired people to come in and clean weekly. And 3 hours after they would leave, I would come home from work and my house would be back the way it was before I left the morning prior.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
There's one other thing I want to touch on, and this is from the court papers about the travel. Tell me
Yes.
about the travel.
I do a lot of traveling. So in my entrepreneurial journey, I did nails for a living. A lot of my clients who were based out of my home city have since moved to other cities for whatever purpose, whether job, family, whatever. And so I do a lot of traveling to and from my clients. My husband knew that when we got together. Whether it was for leisure or it was for work, I did a lot of traveling. And I do like to leisurely travel. When my children were small and they weren't in structured school, we did a lot of traveling, just myself and my kids. And yes, my husband was at home, but I always took my kids with me.
Okay.
So that doesn't sit well with you, the travel?
Not at all. Well, so you could travel, yes. For work, yes. But all the leisurely travel without me, pump the brakes.
So you want to go?
Yeah, but at the same token, we also need to work and maintain stability because we have smaller children. So I say, oh, that's fine, but put it on pause. My answer to that is, I don't want to put it on pause. This is the life I want to live. And I said, well, all right. And then we come to the heated fellowship or the disagreement at that point.
Heated fellowship.
Heated fellowship. I like that.
I got to write
So
that down.
you don't like to travel, or you just think?
No, I'm fine with traveling, but at the same token, I want to set up like a bigger savings, a bigger nest egg to keep,
So it's a
stability.
financial thing.
So I would like for us to build it back up. Her take on life is enjoy it, which I'm all about that, but I'm also realistic,
Up next,
My husband put a GPS in my car.
I said, oh, I'm going to get answers one way or another.
The court would like to hear from an expert.
If you're not curious about her, somebody else is definitely getting curious about her.
Well, you know what? It's been 10 years.
I hired people to come in and clean. And 3 hours after they would leave, my house would be back the way it was before I left the morning prior.
Okay.
Okay.
So the issues I have that you all are dealing with are communication, decision-making, household cleanliness, and travel. Are those kind of the big areas that you all are having conflict with?
The largest one would be insecurity. My husband put a GPS in my car and showed up at a good friend of mine's family member's home while I was at work. So my car was at this person's house. She and I ended up getting in the same car. And he was at my vehicle. Like, he video called me from my vehicle to tell me that he was at my car, and whatever man I was with, he wanted me to come out immediately.
So why'd you do that?
True, all these things happened, but it happened because we were having a discussion. I said, well, one, you went out of town and you were by yourself. I don't like it. But then there was another discussion that was omitted where she brought in an idea that I didn't like, which stemmed my suspicion. So I said, yo, what are you doing? Where are you going? I don't have to tell you anything. I'm going to do what I want. I said, oh, I'm going to get answers one way or another. And so that was my
That's how you got your answer.
resolution.
All right, well, you all want us to make some determinations about what's going on with you all, and we're going to do that. But before we do that, the court would like to hear from an expert. So at this time, the court is going to call Jack A. Daniels. He is a therapist and a life coach and the king of breakthroughs. Tasha, would you escort our expert witness in, please? You have been studying up on our litigants, Mr. and Mrs. Cohen, correct?
Yes.
What information, advice would you give them?
Yeah, so it's two things that I see that's going on here. There's trust and there's control. First of all, I want to speak to my man here, because I think that it's three things that I think that a woman needs. You need to make her feel seen, secure, and significant. But then I'll talk to you about the control factor. Somewhere along the way, you have lost respect or are losing respect for your husband. Women want to be loved, men need to be respected. So you got trust and you got control. So I see it only two things that you can actually do. You can commit or you can quit. And commitment looks like you basically saying, hey, you know what, we're going to communicate better. We're going to be able to come up to an understanding and an agreement. And then it also looks like curiosity. You got to get really curious about who this new woman is standing in before you. And that's because if you're not curious about her, somebody else is definitely getting curious about her. Oh, I got to clap. Okay. So it's communication, it's curiosity, and then it's commitment. Y'all got to commit to each other in the way that you committed to each other in the beginning, because something is lacking, something has gone astray, and your marriage is not working because both of you have chosen not to truly work at making this thing work.
Thank you.
Mr. Daniels, thank you very much. We definitely appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. Cohen, you've heard from our expert. We want to hear what you have to say in response to that.
Well, you know what? It's been 10 years, and you know what? We've been tripping, you've been tripping, I've been tripping, but I tell you what, I'm done tripping.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know what? It's been 10 years, and you know what? We've been tripping, you've been tripping, I've been tripping, but I tell you what, I'm done tripping. We almost at 10 years, so I'm gonna tell you what. We got the judges here, and I'm about done playing.
Uh-oh.
I ain't going nowhere. You ain't trying to go nowhere. You love me, I love you.
Oh,
Here,
we
put
got
this
a
on
mic.
real
You got
quick.
a microphone.
Put this
Okay.
on real quick. Got something. It is well.
Oh, Jesus. Be
With
offense,
my
God.
soul. It is well with my soul. So we get on each other's nerves,
Every day.
but I love you, and I ain't going nowhere. Let's stay together.
Okay. I will commit to that. However, there definitely has to be some guidelines with that. You have to help me. You have to be more accountable and make sure that the kids are being accountable. You work, I work. So there should be an equal amount of time spent doing whatever housework needs to be done. When I'm out of town, I'm earning money. And if I'm out of town for leisure, I have earned it. So I would like for you to either come with me or get comfortable with me going. So those are my stipulations.
I can agree to the terms as long as she has as much energy in the house as she does outside.
All right. That sounds fair.
Ms. Corner, are you willing to do that?
I am.
All right. You all are in love with each other. That's not the question. The thing is that instead of living a life like this, you all are living a life that's going this way. And y'all need to figure out how to come back together.
Again, you all love each other, you care about each other, you want to be together. So, now, having said all that, the ruling in this case is go forth and be happy. That is the order of this court. Good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We need to work together and try to come up with better solutions.
We just need to communicate, work together, and stop making big issues out of small issues.
We need to learn just to kind of work as a team a little bit better.
At the end of the day, I do love her, so I mean, I ain't that mad.
Sure.